Hello YouTube, today we have a Gigabyte Aorus 15 RX5P is the model. And we are at Power Jack Repair. What we do is we replace the connectors on the laptops. Right here, this guy. Let's take a look if we can see if that guy is working or not. This is 240 watts, basically 20 multiplied by 12. You should get, oh yeah, right there, 12 volts, 20 volts, 12 amps, so 240 watts. And we have just want to make sure that the pin inside is nice and straight. Let's see if this guy is gonna be responding to the input. Now, I could tell you right away, there's not a connector out there that's made to handle this kind of power. 240 watts is too much for any connector to handle. There is no light here on the side. Doesn't matter how bad I wiggle it. Nothing. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there is a current going through the connector, but we get nothing here. Let's see if the laptop powers up. I hope that's the power button. And now the laptop doesn't respond. I honestly not sure if it's the connector issue or not, but since the client sent it this way, I hope it's the connector issue because it's gonna take some time to take it apart and to work on this laptop. All right, let's see if the focus is gonna be all right. Yeah, focus seems to be okay. Let's see. Is that gonna be good enough? Yeah. So we got a Torx. It's CR-VT6. So it's not 5, it's Torx. Let me... Alright, I just removed the autofocus so it wouldn't be so bad here. So we are unscrewing all the screws on the bottom. You can fast forward if you want. The reason we show you those videos is so that you could either fix it yourself. We do accept donations. It should be in the bottom there. And if you can take it apart, you can also send us the motherboard. That's the reason I show you how to take it apart, how to fix it. We don't hide anything here. If you missed something on this video, we got 1000 plus videos, maybe 1300 plus videos on this channel, where of different laptop makes and models. I'm sure we had some Aorus here before. We had plenty of gigabytes on the channel as well. So I don't think there's gonna be any issues for you to see if there is something that you're missing. So we take all of it out. It doesn't seem like this laptop was worked on before, because I don't see any scratches on the screws. All the screws seems to be all right. So let's see. Okay. Alrighty. All right, that's good. And looks good. Now let's take the clamshell off the... No, somebody was screwing around with it. It seems like somebody was putting something sharp right here. That's the same place I'm gonna put my plastic opener into. All right. All right, so the battery is called G-Style, manufactured by G-Tech. G-Style by G-Tech. Oh, is that the connector? Oh, I don't have connectors like that in stock for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, this connector is not in stock. I'm pretty sure about it anywhere. Wow. It's the first time I see a connector like that. What am I gonna do? It reminds me of some other connectors, but I'm sure those connectors won't be really made for this thing. Well, let's see if it's the connector to begin with. Now let's disconnect the battery first. Wow. That's the first one. I mean, it's been a while since I didn't see a connector before. Well, that's the reason I make those videos as soon as I get a brand new laptop model here. All right, so we plug it in. Let's take a look if the current going through to the laptop. Oh, so the current goes to the laptop. You see we get 19 volts here. Do we get... Oh no, we're not getting 19 volts. So what happens is the ground doesn't conduct. You see, this is the ground of the connector. This is the ground of the laptop. And the ground pin probably is broken inside the connector. So yeah. All right, so that's a good thing. That means that it's not the board issue, just a connector issue. Well, let's see what I can do, because I mean, if I'm not gonna fix it, nobody else will. So, and the client needs it probably to work. So I will think of something. Hold on. All right, so we got this guy here, 4,000 gigabyte, 4 terabytes. Wow, that's the first one. All right, so that's probably ridiculously expensive laptop. 4 terabyte SSD. Wow. How about this one? How many is that? It doesn't say how many terabytes this guy is, but I'm sure it's not cheap. All right, let's unscrew this guy. Always something. Wow. All right, so we take that guy out. The pad, you have to preserve the pad, because that's a cooling pad for the SSD. We're gonna put it right here. All right. This one came without the cooling pad, I assume. Yeah. This one came without the cooling pad. Let me mark the positions. This is gonna be 1. Stay here. Let's see this guy right here. So this is gonna be 1. This is gonna be 2. This is gonna be 2. And this is gonna be 1. Okay. Well, I don't want to mistake the placements of the what is the screwdriver here? All right, so here. This is a Torx screwdriver, so don't worry, it's not over torquing anything. All right, let's see. All right, the battery gonna come out. Wow, the battery has a nice metal brace on the bottom, so it wouldn't be damaged by bending of the laptop. That's a good design. That's honestly a good design for the battery. Let's see. Where's a favorite tool of mine? All right, so this is the reverse hinge here. We're just gonna unplug it like that. Remove this guy. Plug it here. Remove that guy. Disconnect this guy. Right, and set this guy aside like that. And set this guy aside like that. Alright, and here we have a cable. Not sure if that's going for the webcam probably. Alright. Alright. Alright, so this one comes off like that. And let's see. This one has a hinge which you need to lift up first and then pull on it, but there is no easy access to that hinge. That's the first one. I mean, it's the first one with no easy access. Alright, like that. So once we lift up the hinge here, we can use the hinge to disconnect this whole cable. And you want to help it out with the screwdriver. And it's getting stuck on a border on the casing, so it doesn't want to disconnect easily. Like that, you have to pull down on this casing so that the cable will get disconnected. I'm sure eventually we're gonna get those connectors. So again, this video, just like videos we made 10 years ago, some jacks were not available, so we were showing how to fix those without having the jack in place. But I mean, over the years, pretty much most of the connectors are in stock. Yeah, just this connector, it's probably only built for this particular board. So I'm probably not gonna buy 1,000 of those connectors from China. Well, I say that all the time about all of my connectors, and I end up buying 1,000 of those, and they sit in my basement for like forever. If anybody needs thousands of connectors, what's that here? Okay, that's the glue that's melted on the screw. Okay. Okay, we're still recording, right? Yeah. All right, so we got the CMOS battery here. I'm not disconnecting it yet. Maybe there is the bit liker of some sort installed. So once you disconnect the battery, the bit liker gonna reset. Oh, wow. They put the battery connector right next to the connector so that piece, and I need to melt this guy down. So this guy might get melted as well. That's never a good thing. So here. Right. Okay, good job. All right. Make sure, oh, yeah. Make sure all the pads are in the proper positions, all of those pads here. And remove that dust, the one you get here. And make sure the fans are spinning. Yeah, the fans are spinning. Alrighty, so now the board should be easily removed. Like that. There seems to be some sort of cable here, which we probably want to disconnect. Maybe we don't want to disconnect it. Hold on. Not sure if this cable is... we don't want to disconnect that cable. So... Alright, so we got another cable right here, which I didn't see. I mean, I saw it at first, but I didn't see it later on. Alright, and there is the power button here, I assume. Or, no, that's just an LED light. Okay. So that's no big deal. Even if you rip off that cable, it's no big deal. Alright, so let's see what seems to be a problem here. I don't see any damage here to the connector itself. It's just the ground does not... Hold on one second. Alright, so here we got a... plug. Let's see if the plus goes to plus. I'm sure it does because I just tested it. Okay. And see if the negative. So which way is the plus? Is that the plus? So that's the plus. But a minus. No, the minus does not come out. Does not come out here anywhere. Strange. Is that a not? Oh no, hold on. That's E plus. Minus could be. This could be a. This could be a data signal. Hold on one second. Is that a minus? This probably a minus. But it's not. Let's see. Let me, see it this way. Hold on, this way. No, that's not a minus. There is no minus anywhere here. So that's a middle one. So that's a middle pin. That's the positive. Right? So that's the positive. All right, so this is the minus here. The black one is the minus. And there is nothing there. Wait. It still gives me some sort of... Oh, hold on one second. Does it go onto these guys here or not? There is no minus. I mean, there is no minus, simple as that, anywhere. But we do get some sort of current going through like that. I don't get it. I mean, the minus should be... Okay, so this is the plus one. No, this is the plus. Oh, wait, this one the plus. Is that the plus? Hold on. All right, so this is the plus here. This is the plus. right? This should be the minus, right? Like that. And it's not a minus. This is a centered data signal, right? All right, so let's try a few more plugs, because this plug, all right, so minus, that one should be plus, and this is data. Okay, this is much more obvious here. Okay, so let's see. So the plus gonna be this guy, right? Right? Yeah. This is the data signal. And for some reason, data signal and this guy are conducting just fine. But when we take the minus, minus does not show up anywhere. Could it be that who would make a connector like that? I mean, usually there's plus and a minus. I'm not sure why we get what we get here. Yeah, I mean, definitely this is the data signal, this is the plus. Where is the minus at? So my understanding that the minus is only the front pads that usually are used for support, and they are not working here. Strange. It's the first time I see a design like that where we get the front legs as a ground. All right, so probably something inside the connector. No, I mean the springs are there. I can see the springs, but for some reason, when we plug that guy in, how about if we're gonna bend it a little bit? Let's see. What if we're gonna bend it slightly? Nope. Well, for some reason I get some sort of signal, but it's not exactly what I wanted. Let's see. Let's do this way. All right. So here. All right. So if I bend it to the right, as much as, well, let's see. Come on. Come on. Yeah. So if I bend it forcefully here. All right. So we got the spring on the left side and we got the spring on the right side. So if you end up bending stuff back and forth, left and right, for quite some time. All right, so we get, this is the ground basically here, and the ground connections are like here and here. Those two grounds are the connectors. This is gonna be the plus connected to those guys here, and this is a data signal that's supposed to tell the laptop to charge the battery, because without this data signal, nothing gonna work. All right, so my question is, how do I make this thing work? Because obviously I'm not going to be able to fix that connector inside. I need to pause the video probably. Let's see. All right, so here. It sits so high. Sits so extremely high on the board. We got the ground on this guy here. I'm probably gonna run 3 wires to the outside and connect something similar to this connector on the outside, because I don't see how. Let me go see, maybe somebody sells one of those. Hold on. About an hour of looking for something compatible, I found a connector that pretty much reminds me of this guy here. Only slight problem is this connector is gonna be sitting a lot lower on the motherboard, like way low, and I'm not sure if that I mean, here, let me show you, like this low. Here. So you see, it's gonna be sitting like that. Like that. It's gonna be way lower. So instead of sitting like that, you see how the legs are all the way up here? And it's gonna be just like that. And obviously the board not gonna fit into the casing if it's gonna be like on this level. Here, that level. So yeah, that's a huge problem. But the connector itself is the same. We got that leg here in the back. We got the same layout. You see how the layout is the same? It just on this connector, the legs are much longer and extended. No, hold on. Switch to the other one. You see? It's all the same design. It just legs here are way longer than... you know what? Maybe I can extend the legs somehow. No, I can't extend the legs anyway. But technically this is what can make the whole thing work. It just is gonna be sitting like that. And I didn't find any exact replacement connectors like that anywhere online or from manufacturers. So I'm not sure again when you're watching this video, but basically unless I'm gonna find those connectors, this is probably the best I can do. I will go try and find something similar to this guy, because this one needs to be sitting through the motherboard, and I'm not sure if it's gonna fit through the motherboard or not. Hopefully it will, but I wanna go see if I'm gonna be able to find something else that maybe sits a bit lower, hopefully. I mean, a bit higher, because that's this low here. But it needs to be sitting like that high. So. Alright, so when I lay the motherboard flat, it sits on this connector here. So I was hoping that if this connector is flush and I could connect this guy, then everything's gonna fit inside. The problem is that connector sits here, and we got this ledge here, which is about 10 millimeters. No, well, about 5 millimeters. And maybe if we can make, I would be able to shove something in there. But the problem is, again, it's about 5 millimeter difference here. So I need something that sits slightly higher. This connector not gonna... Well, maybe if I'm gonna just place it there and it's gonna stick a little bit up, the motherboard gonna stick up a little bit. You know what, the best thing to do is to remove this connector and see how it's gonna sit in the... how the new connector gonna sit in the casing and how far down I need to... If I only... well, probably I'll have to extend those legs slightly downwards to into the motherboard. It's... by the way, this is made to handle maybe like 2-3 amps, all right? But definitely not 12 amps. This thing not supposed to... I mean, the reason it breaks, the reason the whole thing breaks, because don't shove a 12 amp connector into a motherboard and you're gonna be good, but nobody ever listens. And that's the number one reason I'm in business, because when you shove in a brick like this big, 240 watts, I mean, even 240 watts, I haven't seen many of those. So if you want to make your laptops reliable, put something else, but not 1 or 2 amp connector. Anyways, give me another hour, I guess. 10 years ago I couldn't pause the video because I have no time to edit anything. Where did this thing come off from? All right. So, and now I can just press the pause button. I don't like to edit anything because I don't really make too much money. Too much. Not making anything from the, you're just getting the clients from the videos. Anyways, so I found different connector that's probably gonna be good of the fit as the prior one, but this one gonna sit a lot higher. You see, this one has pins kind of in the middle, not like here where it needs to be, but much lower than the prior connector. So hopefully I'm gonna remove this guy, put this guy in, and maybe I'm gonna put it in a way so it would be even slightly up. I wouldn't be pushing it all the way down, but I would be just kind of on the tips of the connector. And that way, hopefully, this guy gonna be sitting not like that, but it's slightly higher like that. And that will give me 10 millimeters that I need on the casing. So let's see if we can remove this connector. And the way how we need to remove this connector is, well, we probably need to disconnect the battery because, well, I don't know. You know what, let's see if we can just remove it from the other side. Yeah, we're gonna be removing it from this side. And we got an LED, LED light here, which probably gonna melt. So what I want to do is I want to insulate the whole thing, and I can't use the Kapton tape. I usually do use the Kapton tape, but this whole thing gonna just come off if I'm gonna use the Kapton tape. So I need to use, we can use the 3M tape, but we don't want to use tape on this LED because it's just gonna come off the motherboard once I'm gonna apply the heat to it. So you need to be, I need to be extremely careful. Let's see, how's that minus working here? How did this minus work? Is that also here the same? Let's see. Let's take a look. I just never paid attention to this connector. Never paid attention to this connector. All right, what's going on? Come on. You can't be doing this to me. All right, so here. That's a negative. Yeah, so it's going through those pins. It doesn't go through the rear pins. Yeah. All right, so the side pins has to conduct the electricity through those sides. And hopefully the layout is the same or similar, so I will be able to fit this connector in here. All right. I need to insulate the area here. All right, so meanwhile, I lost my gloves someplace. All right, no big deal. The goal for that LED not to get damaged here. Let's see, how would I wanna do this? Probably gonna wrap it around like that. Good job. Good job. All right. What we wanna do is secure it with the Kapton tape. So tape. Okay, let me get the gloves. All right, so here I flux here, 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 and here. I will add leaded base solder to all the 4 points, and then use the hot air to drop this connector out of here. I need the leaded base solder to mix with the unleaded base solder so the connector would come out easier. Let me show you. All right, so what we do here is we add the flux here, 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 and here. All right. And now we're just gonna add a little bit more leaded base solder. I probably need to buy the new mats because this is all seems really, I mean, it's not really washable. They've been here for years. So that since it's a studio, you know, everything needs to be looking nice and fresh. So what I'm doing here, I'm just adding the leaded base solder, which doesn't want to get added because, oh no, it's all right. It's okay. All right, looks good. Looks good. And looks wonderful. All right, so once we have the leaded base solder added, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the hot air and I'm just gonna apply a little bit more hot air to the connection point. And that way, the connector should come out really easy. At the same time, I don't want to melt the LED chips nearby. So I'm starting with the low hot air, basically like 300 degrees or so. And I'm just using the soldering iron mostly to melt the points. All right, you see it's starting to come out, starting to go up like that, like that. Good job. Excellent. I don't want to overheat anything because everything just gonna come off the motherboard, and I would have a hard time putting everything back in. All right, so here, like that. Let's all right, so my understanding this is a really thick board, so what I'm gonna do is position the hot air on top, and let's hope that we're gonna be able to desolder everything this way. This is a desoldering wick. All the tools that I use should be at the link below. Should be able to get it from Amazon. Good job, almost good job. Well, let's do this. Let's add a little bit solder. Let's remove the solder. Okay, looks good. Wonderful. Let's take a look on the other side. Well, not perfect. Let's oops. Let's remove, let's shut down the hot air. And let's remove Let's try. All right, so let's try. All right. All right, so now everything is nice and clean. Let's check and see if any components fell off the motherboard. Nothing fell off here. And you see, this connector didn't get melted here. Because if this connector melts, nothing good gonna come out of it. So let's check the other side. All right. All right, so this is going this way. All right, wonderful. Looks ideal. This is not damaged, and the LED doesn't seem to be damaged at all. Let's see what we have here. We have some sort of weird connector. I mean, it's beyond me why we need thousands different connectors when they're all not going to be able to handle anything. So here, they look pretty much the same, right? It's just the mounting points are slightly different. So they are the same. Let's see how far the mounting points are. Yeah, I think there's like 5-6 millimeters. You see the difference? 5-6 millimeters or so. You know, it's the same connector, it's just the legs are slightly longer on this one. That's the whole point. I mean, that's the whole difference. Same connector, completely the same connector. Ay. Yeah, and they're like extremely longer. The legs are much longer. Same connector, but the legs are much longer. So, you see? Like that. Alright, let's see if we can mount this guy. Oh, by the way, I wanted to make sure that the pluses are pluses and minuses are minuses. Yeah, exactly the same layout. You see the same layout in the back. So let's hope that we can just drop this guy in and make the laptop work, and then figure out something with the casing, because this isn't really the way how it's supposed to be done, but I'm pretty sure that and thankfully it fits in. All right, so the good thing, it fits into the motherboard. All right, let's find the padding. All right. All right, so here fits in. All right. Okay, looks good. All right, looks good here. I don't want to be damaging these capacitors there. And I think the solder penetrated the motherboard on the back just fine. Yeah. All right, so on the back here, the solder penetrated the board just fine. All right, so this is the soldering portion. And to me, it looks good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this guy up. from all the flux. Even though this is a no clean flux, it's not as no clean as I want it to be no clean. Alrighty. Here. Let's try this side as well. Alright, looks good. Looks excellent. Alright, so the moment of truth is, will this fit the casing? Alright, let's see. Oh, we got another thing right there. Oh, you know what? We got a space underneath the insulation. Let's take a look. Let's pry out the insulation a little bit. Take a look. Why would you put so much metal inside of the laptop? Alright, so we got the metal here, and it kind of bends inward. So if I would be able to cut this piece here, maybe, let's see what we got on the other side. Ooh, we got a plus button on the other side. Plus button. Alright, so cutting out not gonna happen because there is a mechanism here underneath. So alright, so we're not cutting anything, we just hope alright. You know what, I need to clean the heatsink from the thermal paste is what I wanted to say. And we're gonna put this guy, so we got this cable, we got that cable, and we got this guys here. Alright. Here what I want to do is I just want to see what we can do to modify the casing. Oh wow, that's pretty high. Yeah. That's ridiculously high. Well, I hope the SSD card gonna sit here just fine. It's gonna be pressuring onto the... What do we have here else? What else we got here? Alright, so we got the heatsink pressing down onto the... Let's see where it's pressing down. Alright, so the heatsink gonna be pressing down here. Alright. And that's it, right? Alright, so what we can do is this. We can cut this guy off here. So it's not gonna be pressing down onto the board, because otherwise this thing gonna be out of alignment. We're gonna be able to just keep the board like that, like that. So instead of screwing down here, here and here, we're just gonna leave it as is. And the bottom casing gonna be just kind of slightly closing this guy down here. Yeah, because otherwise I don't see any other way here to make it work. All right, so let's cut down this guy. Let's, what else we need to, yeah, we need to expand the hole here because I'm not sure if that's a metal or that's a plastic. What is it? Is it plastic or metal? All right, by the way, I need to clean up the heatsink here. Cut as much space here as possible in order for it to, I don't want to spend that. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Right, so the good thing it's a plastic. It's plastic. That. Okay. All right. Ready? And let's cut it in the middle. Let's cut it on the side again. For some reason, the whole thing kind of lifts up. That's not exactly what I want. Okay. In fact, I want the whole thing to go down there, not up. Okay. Okay. The whole casing ended up cracking. You suck. Ay, 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 ay. This is really bad. Anyways. Yeah, it cracked all the way through. And that's not exactly what I wanted, but oh well. Still not perfect. Need to, oh, you know what, if I cut a little bit here, it's probably gonna sit a bit lower. Okay, let's do it like that. Yeah, looks good to me. Looks really good to me. Okay, so let's try and see if we can make again. The clients usually care for stuff to work, all right? They pay me big money, those money, to make stuff work. I'm not sure if this is, yeah, this is fine. All right. Somebody needs to talk to me, I guess. All right, so here, like that. All right, so what I want to see is, will the new plug, the new jack, will it be able to, no, I need to make sure all the power is drained from the power supply. No, still power left in it. Drains. I'll let it drain a bit more. Because this one is still has some charge left in it. I don't want to plug it into the system right now. So let's see if we can just use this guy here. So as you can see, the barrel fits, and this insulation doesn't even touch the casing. So we don't have to do any more cutting around the casing. So this should be okay. All right. Okay. So here, again, I doubt we're gonna have this connector in stock ever, because I only seen it on this particular model. So this is probably the best anybody can do here. Besides running like 3 cables to the outside and making sure that it's gonna work that way. All right, so what I want to see is how well is it sitting here? Do I have any other? I don't have anything else here. Let's see. All right, like that. And let's see if we are able to connect this guy. And we're probably not going to be able to connect it like that. Okay. So disconnect this cable. Yeah, good luck. Something else here. I can guarantee you that this laptop gonna be here pretty much once a week, simply because these connectors are not made for this kind of juice. Seriously, it's not made for that kind of power. All right, looks good. Looks good. All right, let's see. Connect this guy like this. All right, so what I don't like is here it all sits fine. It's just like this area here. You see the rocking happening here because it sits on this connector here. And maybe like that would be a good fit, like that. Like that. All right, who wants to talk to me? Oh, I just remember today is Thanksgiving. And yes, we do work 7 days a week. It doesn't matter, Thanksgiving or not. Anyways, thank you so much, everyone, for watching this video. Everybody's saying happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, happy. Very happy. All right, let's see. This guy came from this end. So what I want to do, I probably want to screw this guy here. All right. And then I probably want to secure this guy in place using this screw here. All right. That way, you know what? I need to put the connector piece here. because I don't want it to move back and forth, and in case it's gonna move too much, it's not gonna be. All right, so here. I'm not exactly impressed with how those screws came into there. Maybe they're already too much overscrewed here. Let's see. Nope. All right, that's fine. All right, looks good like that. All right. Connected. Is this thing? Is that? Yeah, that one has the wire running here to here to here. This guy is there. That guy connected. This guy connected. All right. I would love to connect this guy here, but we got a. Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at what we got here. Is that the part of the battery? Yeah, that's part of the battery. So let's put the battery in. And we use those screws for the battery, I assume. Right? Or not? Okay. And we got this here. And that here. Okay. Good job. You got this pad here. This wire gonna go right there. What we got about those two screws is this part of the upper shell. Yeah, this is part of the upper shell. We got a wire here. And we need to screw in this guy there. Okay. All right, so the way how we need to screw this guy is not easy. Because the screw needs to be there, but it doesn't need to tighten anything here. All right, so like that. All right. So it wouldn't, the board wouldn't move. Right. Right. All right. This is gonna be from the top. This is gonna be here. Well, it's slightly gonna, there's gonna be a crack here, I'm sure about it. Yeah. But overall, everything should be like peachy. Guys, 1300 videos of different Power Jack repairs. I'm pretty sure I could come up with something if we don't have the parts available anywhere. Again, this is Thanksgiving of 2023, 11/23/2023. Nobody sells these parts and nobody has it yet. Trust me, I know. I checked. So if you spend $1,000 on a laptop that doesn't have a part, I wonder how all of the electrical cars gonna work 5-10 years from now when nobody has any parts for anything. Alrighty. So thermal paste. I want to make sure all of the crystal is covered by the paste. I'm gonna sleep tighter knowing that the crystal is covered. Alright, crystal is covered here. And crystal is covered there. Right? Yeah, both of the covered. Sounds good. Alright, so this guy gonna go in like that. Make sure all the pads are in place. And we're gonna, oh, I wanted to break this guy off because it's gonna be sitting on top of there. So here. Alright, let's take the glasses on. And you wanna break it along the edge. Alright. It did break, but not completely the way I wanted it to. Alright guys, if the video was useful, please consider leaving a like. Let's see. I wanna... Good job. Alright, let's do... Looks good. Alrighty. You know, it would be more convenient to connect this guy right now, because otherwise it's going to be a pain to connect it. I already see it's a pain to connect it. So how about I'm going to lift it off up like that. I'll put the screwdriver underneath it. I need more than a screwdriver because this is just not happening. All right, let's put a bigger screwdriver in there. That one is gonna leave something inside. Let's put a pencil underneath it. Like that. Looks good, looks good. Now let's, yeah. You see, it's kind of impossible to shove it in there if you have, you know, that's kind of... All right, yeah. Alrighty. Let's put this guy underneath here, like that. And underneath there. And Houston, we have a problem. Yeah. Why? I was hoping it's all gonna clear, but it's... Why? I was hoping it's all gonna be just... Oh, it does clear. It does clear, yeah. Yeah. I needed to trim that a bit more. You know what? That shaving I did the last minute, I needed to shave it a bit more. Let's put some tape. Let's put some tape underneath here, so that in case the touchpad would ever touch the board, nothing would get shorted. All right, so we want to connect this guy. All right, and now we can just place it down like that, right? And here we can also try and all right, so the first one is this one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, where is the fourth one? The fourth one is here. 4. All right, so this one should be good. 4. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7 is the last one. All right. Wonderful. This one gonna be like that, like that. All right. And probably like that, or like that. Not sure, probably like that. All right. Looks like that. Now, why would anybody make a cable run over a heatsink is beyond me, but oh well. All right, so here we're probably gonna have one right here, so there won't be any shake on the fan, and one right here. Alrighty, and we're gonna put a screw right here. Okay, and to prevent any of the screws from coming out, I'm probably gonna put another tape on top of it, just to be 100% sure, so that if the screws are gonna be coming out from wiggling of anything, they are gonna be nicely secured in place. All right, like that. Good job. Excellent. Excellent. Now let's bring in the make sure the cooling pad is nice and clean. And I hope it has a trace of how it was before I took it off. It was like that exactly. It just sits there. Excellent, right? Yeah, good job. Now we're gonna put this second SSD here. All right. Now, if you have the same laptop and you wanna just buy this connector, the one I put here, send me an email, because I can't advertise a connector for sale for this model unless it's exactly the same one. So if you're gonna be okay with this guy, let me know. All right, I need one more screw because I used one of the shorter screws. I need one more screw here for the longer, and we need the short screw right there, I think, right? This is the short screw here. All right, yeah, I need one longer one here. Oh, and I almost forgot to connect the fan. All right, okay. Looks good, looks good, looks good, looks good. Excellent. I think that this system should be working fine forever and ever. And hopefully, let's put a screw. Okay, good job. Okay, so I want to be sure that nothing is touching anything. Yeah, nothing is touching anything here, because you don't want anything to touch anything. How about here? Nope. Nope, nope, no. There is a lot of space between the heatsink and the board. I just want to make sure it's gonna stay like that. And yeah, all right. So let's connect the battery. So yeah, I mean, I can't have a laptop sitting here for years waiting for the correct part when it's gonna come out in like half a year or a year. I have to get things done and move on, because I mean, yeah, okay, here. This chip is solid. All right, good. Don't touch anything anymore here. I want to make sure that we all screwed in. I'll double check this one. All right, so this is the way how it's gonna be positioned here. like that, like that. Two of them here. This one's gonna be nice and solid. Yeah, I think I got all of the screws in place. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna close this guy down. Right, so as I told you, we have a crack right here, where basically it's not like right here, you see? Because I don't want to put too much pressure here. So this is basically how it's gonna look like that. No, not gonna work. All right, so here, you see how this, I mean, the reason why we had this stuff in there, because this guy is not perfectly. All right, so let's see if we can position this guy here. This guy here, because it seems like the casing conducts the electricity, and I don't want the casing to touch the motherboard in any way, shape, or form. Okay. All right. Let's see if the casing conducts electricity or not. Yeah, you see? You press on this guy and... Oh, we got the two cooling pads here as well. So that's a good thing. All right. For the SSDs here and here. So... But again, I would pay an extra cent to paint the inside of the casing, because prevent the shortages on the motherboard when you squeeze the laptop or you hold the laptop really tight. All right, okay. Well, now we got the all the screws the same. Oh wow, the screws are not the same. I didn't expect that. All right, so let's see. This one is long one. This one is long one. And we got two more long ones, so probably this guy and this guy, right? Right. All right, so we got long, 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 long. And then we got short ones around the perimeter. Those probably on the front needed to be a bit shorter, but they seem okay, I guess. All right, so here, let's tighten this guy. Let's tighten that guy. All right. Well, we got another USB here, so this USB might not be used as often as the as needed. So here, The reason I left this one for last, because I wanted everything else to be screwed in perfectly. And this one we're just gonna do like a little tiny bit, like it's not even there. Like that. Alright. Alright. So, the moment of truth. The moment of truth. Let's connect the power supply. So you see we got a little bit crack here. That's from, I mean, I don't think there's any way around it. So here, let's plug in. And we got a white light. The light that didn't go off the motherboard right here. You see? That's a good thing. The only thing is I think I forgot to connect the battery. Could that be? All right, I don't know. Maybe I forgot, maybe I didn't. Oh, well, we got the power. And let's see if you're gonna get super duper Aorus thingy here. Well, anyways, I showed you that the laptop didn't work on arrival. Now it works. If I forgot to connect the battery, I will take the casing off and reconnect the battery. No big deal. I just hope something gonna come up on the screen sometime soon. Come on. And probably, oh wow, an hour 22. That's only fixing it, plus plus the amount of time it took for me to find a replaceable, a compatible connector. Not compatible, but compatible. Oh yeah, right here. All right, so we got ours. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and you guys, well, what just happened? All right. Well, it's still going through the cycles, I guess. So hopefully, yeah. Thanks so much. Please leave likes, like, subscribe, and take care. Thanks. Bye.